CJ. I'm not certain I believe either of those things, but I am certain that both these teams understand what is at stake in this match. The loser goes home from the major.
Yes, tense one. And, you know, I really must say I was not impressed with how Renegades looked in their first match. A lot of crossbars, despite being the #1 team in the winter split in goals per game. So, you know, hopefully they've settled down here and can put up a better showing against Process. But it's a scary one. You never like playing with the tournament on the line. It's stressful.
CJ winning a challenge against Laxon. Sicky over this in the corner. Through one. CJ hesitates, backs off. And now Cammy will send it to the top bar there. Blasted away by Laxon. Baked Potato off the ground. Cammy back up for it. To send it to the midfield. Here's Sicky in for the shot. Blocked by Laxon again, and Baked Potato will clear to the corner.
Laxon is playing some big defense here early on. 2 great saves. But more importantly, I think they would prefer a clear, and finally CJM comes through, and how do Renegades keep up the pressure? That's a beautiful pass.
Oh! Baked Potato getting in the way, sending it off. Now Sicky off the wall here. CJ out to Laxon on the outfield pass. This one looking good. Oh, and it's sent back into the box again. Cammy will get the block, and CJ will try to clear it out with Sicky's help on the underside. Still scoreless, a minute and a half in.
Gonna give everyone on the Renegade support squad a heart attack. That one was terrifying. Almost own goal after a beautiful redirect. And Team Process, you know, they came to play. They're not wanting to go away lightly. They don't care that it's Renegades. They're saying, take it if you can.
Here's Cammy through the air. CJ will try to dribble it out of his box. There's Laxon in front of the box and cleared away off the backboard. Very reactive ball from everybody right now. Kind of multiple players on the wrong side. Multiple players rotating at all times. CJ into his corner. 2 touches to get it back to midfield. Sicky picks up the control, tries to bump this one through, and kind of gets a neutral challenge in the corner. Potato putting it high. Sicky back into the box. Cammy comes in. Laxon again pushes it off. Save your medal here in game #1 already for Laxon. Every single one of them has mattered.
Renegades cycling well, though, in the midfield, and they've got some great control of the ball, and it's resulted in so much extra pressure, even if it hasn't resulted in a goal just yet. And finally, CJM gonna find a doorway out.
Cammy out of the corner. Potato onto the wall. Sicky out to CJ. CJ with a miss. And Potato demolished in the midfield. Cammy's able to close on it. CJ through one. And now popping it. Sicky just absolutely waits it out. Says, you'll do some fancy thing and then I'll pick it up no matter whenever you're done. CJ on the backboard. CJM with the clear. Cammy back. Laxon pushes it to the far side. Sicky with an attempt. 1:37 on the clock as Renegades are putting pressure on. Still nobody on the scoreboard. And a monster clear coming through from Process.
Laxon is killing it in this game. He's got 300 score. His teammates have 134 and 106. I mean, that guy's all over the pitch right now, and he will have an opportunity to clear one again as that one, again, for Renegades, goes off the bar.
There's Sicky out of the corner. CJ trying to drop it to Baked Potato. In the box again, both players flip past it. Cammy sent it to the far side with CJ. He and CJ will be on the wall for a moment. With 1 minute remaining, CJM very much out of the remaining 2 players that are both abbreviate down to CJ. Nice fun complication there. As Laxon here will get another block. Laxon has been an absolute wall on defense. His challenge will go neutral. Potato in, collapse on it. He's got CJM in the midfield. Cammy over 1. CJM versus CJ. Goes completely neutral. Laxon in to put it onto the backboard. 30 seconds left. Still nobody scoring in game #1. Ooh. And Cammy puts it over the top of 2. CJM won't be able to reach it. Renegades strike first.
Wow, what a touch here. 1, this fight for the ball from Sicky, and 2, that touch. That's the surprise for CJM. I mean, you can't really necessarily see that one coming. You know that it's, towards a teammate, but you don't know what he was about to do with it. And Cammy That's a quick pop towards the net. He just couldn't get to it in time. Great shot.
Siki will challenge all 3 players piled up here from Process. CJM will turn on it. But now CJ trying to set up Cammy behind him. Cammy loses it to Laxon.
Oh
Baked Potato.
What?
Over 2 to his back third, kind of setting up CJ, but CJ will loft it. Here's Siki in. Puts it towards the goal, and Baked Potato will get the clear. Clock has expired. Laxon gets a blaster from the midfield, and it's blocked by CJ. CJ Renegades will take game 1.
A nice win here from Renegades. A solid game. A couple of scary moments when they kept hitting the post, but they get the job done. And I think Team Process, I was, all over Lax in that game, I think for excellent reason. That not necessarily just the saves, but how he approached a lot of those challenges. He was doing some heavy lifting with making sure to get those balls out of some awkward spots around the net. And it was definitely a much needed for that game because they were under a lot of pressure. So Renegades with great rotation, and they relied a lot on Laxon. And if that one went in, we'd be in overtime right now. But
100%.
I think, go for it.
Laxon here with 5 saves at 50 points per save. That if you take away those 250 points, he still has 200 personal score, which is still more than both of his teammates. He absolutely was instrumental at all points in the field. Just none of the team able to string together any offensive pressure here. So we'll see how things materialize in game number 2. But honestly, in comparing this game to the last game we watched, things already more haphazard as this goal's left open. Kami's got a whole net to shoot at. He won't miss. They put it on the board early here in game 2.
Yeah, this is what happens when you get trapped on the wall off the kickoff. Baked Potato misses that first clear attempt, and he's got to try for the best he can. And unfortunately, when you take your best guess and you don't quite get the flip you want, you just let one in. Tough break for Team Process off the start.
And again, miss in the corner. 2 players barreling down, just pass in front of the box, and Kami will shovel it in. 2-0 now for Renegades.
What did we just say? We can repeat the analysis. You miss the ball, it's going to roll around, and you're in a bad spot. Siki into the middle, Kami right there. 2-0 Renegades.
It was a pretty simple play there. Off of kickoff, like you said, the one guy misses the ball. Just don't mess up.
Just hit the
rule
ball.
for Renegade. They win 2 challenges. CJ up against CJM. CJM will get the block, and Laxon's got to make a save. This one actually gets lofted in front of his goal, and Cammy will attack it into the corner. CJM off the ceiling. Now Cammy back to midfield. CJM puts it mid. Neutral challenge from the front line. This one lofted towards the goals.
Oh, well done.
Siki out to CJ.
Those were always the most awkward balls to try and clear when you're on that backboard like that, as Baked Potato is going to come over the clear. Laxon fighting for possession. CJM forced to go into the corner. Baked Potato just playing damage control. And Team Process fighting to get the ball out of their own half.
It's a solid half flip from Potato to win a challenge in his corner. CJM with his patience gets it through 2. Siki will put it onto the backboard, and Laxon will try to challenge this. Siki now down midfield. CJ will pick it up on the far side. He's got Siki on the backboard. Siki just mounts the score! What a goal from Renegades!
Surprise, surprise. Who's lurking on the backboard? It's Siki. CJ, great command to get over 1. And Baked Potato, you have no chance at that one. That's the one you don't see coming. 3-0 Renegades. Cruising in game 2.
That was wild. That's my favorite goal of the day so far. As Baked Potato and CJ will pinch this one with speed into the corner. CJM gets lost. Siki puts it on the backboard. CJ's up for it, and Baked Potato will win the challenge. Gets it into the orange, but Kami wait on that back line. He'll find Siki on the far side, and now CJ in the middle. They'll go for round 2. Siki just puts it through. Here's CJ up for it, and Baked Potato off the side. Kami now back down in. CJM will push it across the midfield line to Laxon with the redirect out of the corner. They match style for style here as they get on the board.
In traffic, too. CJM just throws this into the corner. There's a couple different people from Renegades that have a chance at that one, but when it's redirected that hard into the top of the net, ooh, kiss it goodbye.
Man, which one do you like better?
Oh, I don't know. I am always a sucker for shots off the backboard. I will be honest.
Me too. Me too. I can't decide which one I like more, the in traffic or the backboard. But CJ with the drop shot, and the save comes through. CJM's time to shine here as he's got the savior medal. This time,
can they get it?
with an open net in front of him, puts it through.
Wow.
We're up on a 1-goal game.
They catch CJ. CJ, I mean, he's kind of just grabbing boost, and it's actually not CJ. It's Cammy who can't get any delay on that ball. 2 people for Renegades stuck in the blue half, and he's the only one at the midfield that can do anything about it. Can't buy any time, and they get beat the other way.
Well, a neutral challenge following kickoff. Process coming alive after not scoring anything in game number 1. They're now within 1 goal with half the game left to play here for game 2. CJ with a pass across. CJM will put it onto his backboard.
I'm just so surprised that kind of out of nowhere, you know, this one became a ball game, because you put 3 goals on the board inside of a minute 30, and it's dire for that team down 3. But to get themselves back within 1 with over half the game to play, that's great from Team Process.
Here's some pressure. Laxon and Potato in the corner will double it up, and CJM doesn't see an opening. He's just going to try and buy time for his 2 teammates who had committed on the far side to get set up. Potato with a stop. Laxon up for this one at the same time as Sicky. It'll go neutral to the side. Now Laxon just dumps it in the midfield. It might be in. CJ
my
He couldn't get under that. He had to put it on the backboard and didn't. We're tied up.
Now this time they catch CJ. He's thinking, I've got time to grab this midfield boost. Wrong. Laxon with pace, right with him all the way to the net.
What was he doing? He was under the ball. He had caught up to the ball. That's the hard part of making that stop, and then just hesitates for a split second and loses it.
He went. I went to his camera, and yeah, he caught up to it, but there was no way he was getting an angle on that ball to kick it out. It's just, it was too fast in front of him, so even after catching it, just didn't have the angle to get it out of the frame.
I believe you. From the higher angle, it looked like he maybe could have pushed it away, but still, difficult save nonetheless, and that's a tie game now. Do they get the lead?
Oh my gosh. Wow.
They got the pressure right off of kickoff. Had it the whole time we were deliberating the last goal, and now they've got the lead.
Hey, what did we say? Can't miss the ball on the backboard. Kami comes up empty, and that's CJM into the left side, and out of nowhere, you got a Team Process lead.
Man, you can see it in the cams of the Renegade players. A little bit sullen after having what is usually a insurmountable lead in RLCS. Sicky to the outside, a miss from Baked Potato might give them an opportunity as CJ puts it tight. Laxon, nice dismount on the wall. We'll get it back to midfield, gets 2 Renegade players out of this, but nobody from the rest of the team going to challenge as CJ. CJ is already up for it. Now challenging it out of the corner. Baked Potato will make a stop. Sicky lofts it in front of the goal. CJ and Laxon both commit. Here comes Kami. Put high. CJ will have this one for free. Can Kami work magic? He'll go for the bump on Baked Potato, but misses him, and Baked Potato makes the save. Save your medal here for Baked Potato and CJM. They've done so much work on the goal line, and they've got a lead with only a minute left to play. Can they hold on to it and tie up the series?
And Renegade's really trying to fight for possession in this corner, see if they can make a mistake. They might catch Laxon here, and look at him freeze himself in the corner. He says, ooh, I don't know, and CJ kind of bit as well, so they pull each other off as the shot right down the middle, saved by CJM, and 40 seconds left. Renegade's going to pull something out of the hat or no?
Baked Potato gets bumped off this one. Laxon left in the third man. We'll get 2 touches to put it over the top of Sicky, what could have been a dangerous situation. CJ to the far wall. Laxon again lofts, stalls the ball out. Kami will reach this one on the backboard, and now CJ down to Laxon. It's wide of the goal. Kami out of this corner. Goes for the full court dribble. Past 1. Looks for 2. It's lofted up. Sicky's already on it. Bumps it off of Laxon, and CJ will turn on this one. Wow. He takes so many touches just to get a challenge on this, but there's an opportunity for Kami to put it in. No, it's off the post. And that'll be game number 2 going to Process.
Of course it's off the post, and wow, 3-goal comeback. 0-3, quick, and they come back 4 straight and take the win. Team Process catching Renegades being a little greedy in the midfield. Got a couple runaway goals, and well played to them. They had to play tight defense. I think there's one defining characteristic that Renegades definitely have over Team Process, and it's that across the board, they are faster. No question about that. But the thing about it is Renegades just don't quite have enough firepower to really break the defense. They might be able to jam Process into their own half for a while, but they don't quite have the aggressiveness, the physicality, or the mechanics, it looks like, except when we're hitting shots like that, of course, to really beat Team Process on defense. So, you know, Team Process really kind of playing on a razor's edge here on the defensive side. They're one bad touch, one missed play, one demo from not being able to make a stop. So Renegades, while they falter there, I think they've definitely got the edge. And this is where I think that experience from them needs to come through. They need to know that just because they lost that one, they're fine. You can't let your mentality, go into the tank just because you gave up a 3-goal lead here. You need to know you're playing better.
Both teams, if they have to take the extra touch to set up a shot or to actually put it on target, the defense is handling it just fine. Whether that's Renegades attacking or Process attacking, it's who is able to get those efficient offenses here. Sicky gets challenged in the air. Here's a challenge from CJ as well. Onto the backboard. Sicky's out of boost to try and meet this one. But Potato will get a bumper onto it. Now CJ over the top of 2. This one all the way to the goal. Is it going to drop in? No, it's just wide of the net. Here's the follow from Laxon. Off the bounce. CJ
careful.
Gets it away. K-Make sends it to midfield. CJ to challenge it and wins this one against CJM. Now onto the backboard of Process. And Kami, oh dear, pinballed around. Baked Potato will loft it, and Laxon looks to just tuck it into the corner. He puts it on the post. Whoa, Baked Potato comes in, somehow reads the post bounce. Maybe just covers the post bounce and gets the lead.
Yeah, I got the big reaction there. That's a huge shot from Laxon. And yeah, Baked Potato definitely had a little bit of extra space because he launched that ball at him. So he had to go the full length of the pitch and had just enough room to make the adjustment off the shot from Laxon. And again, Laxon opening doors. It's that quick. He might be the one player I'd put on pace with Renegades over on this Team Process side.
I 100% agree with you. Renegades being the faster team, but I think Laxon has it, at least in this series right now. He's playing
He's
the
right
same
with
pace.
him.
Here's Kami. A lot of space. Drops it to CJ and punts it into the goal there. Tie game with 3:40 left to go.
Nice shot here from CJ. CJ Baked Potato. That needs to be a little bit better clear. Got under it, popped it straight up instead of out to the safety of the corner. That means Kami gets to come through, tips it down to CJ, and he picks a great spot in the net.
Beautiful over the top of that front line defender play from CJ as well. Scoring in a stylish way, and we're tied up with 3.5 left to go. Kami into the corner. CJM will win the challenge. CJ dismounts the wall, passes to Kami, and hesitates, waits for the pass back. Kami instead will keep it on the wall. Now Sicky very far upfield. Will both be caught retreating back onto goal. CJM, slow patience, gets it past Sicky. Kami's challenge is good. CJ on the wall as Potato puts it down. CJ is happy to have that ball bounce off of his corner. Now Laxon off the side. Sicky out to Kami. Baked Potatoes with a response in the corner. CJM sends it towards the goal. And CJ's there. Traps it against the ceiling. 2:49 on the clock, and a back and forth minute and a half here. We approach halftime.
Feels like Team Process might have heard me. I think they're all collectively trying to up the pace. They know that they were getting beat to the mark, and they're trying to tie things up.
Laxon through one. CJ to the backboard. Sicky now passing midfield for CJM. For CJ rather. Kami and the third man getting demolished, as well as Sicky leaving a lot of space here as Laxon will pop it over the top of the one remaining player. Sends it towards the backboard. Kami on the respawn will get it away. Now Baked Potato. His touch gets read by Kami. CJM through one. Laxon off the backboard, sets it up for Baked Potato, looks for the shot, but puts it high again, and CJ happy to respond to that, gives it over to Kami on the far side. And now the pass back in the midfield for Sicky. Over the top of one, chases it himself, got Baked Potato to win the challenge against Niter player touch, and it goes onto the wall. CJ now looking for a different sort of answer. Ooh. Challenge goes neutral, and here's Laxon with CJM on the far side. He's going to fall back, leave space for Baked Potato instead. Laxon through one, he continues to hold on to it on the wall. And nothing more to show for it there. 1:30 left to go. Tie game. Winner of this is on match point.
Touch was valuable, and that's a big bump from Team Process in the midfield as well. Regaining possession, but just can't quite execute the flicks. And Team Process, they've been battling very well here in the midfield along with Renegades. It has been just contact for possession, and no one able to gain an edge.
3-1. CJM on the backboard. Picks up his corner boost, and into the final minute, See just a few narrow misses from both sides, leaving the ball in awkward places. Sicky maybe trying to pass to CJ. Nothing to show of it. CJM on the backboard. CJ dismounts. Can't hold on to control though. CJM onto the backboard again. Right now the Renegades back wall, the target for everything Process is doing.
And it should be. It's not being particularly defended. You can really force the Renegades defense to use a lot of boost to even just try and fight for possession, and that can eventually starve them out, but overtime looming here.
CJM. Struggling just to get the ball across the midfield line with 10 seconds left. Like you said, overtime starting to sound more and more likely. This is back in front though. Potato looking at
what a shot!
Gets it on target. 1 second left. I can't believe that's the shot that went in.
And it comes off the ceiling dunk from Lax, and he gets the read, and CJM basically pinches the ball into the middle, and that's twice. Baked Potato comes up with a big reaction and is able to get just enough to put that into the left-hand side. Team Process, what a play.
54 kilometers per hour. Cammy looks for it on the other end, but Laxon will have none of it. Puts it into the ground. One of the slowest shots we've seen all day.
Ooh.
The change-up will catch him in Process. 1 game away from eliminating Renegades on day 1.
You could know you were playing better going into that game, but after this one, if you're Renegades, now you sweat. That evened up real quick. Massive block there at the end from Laxon, and both CJM and Baked Potato right there to capitalize on it. That was amazing. I loved that Team Process made that adaptation. They knew, they're like, we're getting outpaced, we need to be quicker, and they executed on that. And then it was just who makes the bigger play. Answer in game 3, Team Process.
Man, and both, I'm curious to go back and kind of walk through the defensive positioning from Renegades there on that overtime, or that very end of regulation.
Yeah.
Both CJ and I think it was Kami here it was like they didn't know how to let go of the gas. They were prioritizing maintaining their momentum. They both like went into goal and they were like, I gotta go somewhere, and then like just leave it open. They both turned away from the ball.
Well, it all starts with that big block from Laxum, because Renegades is thinking that here comes a free clear. You know, what are the odds some dude dismounts off the ceiling and gets a block and jams it back into the opposite corner at 0 seconds, no less. Not very often. And so they're kind of initially thinking we're going to push up the field. Maybe we get the 0 second opportunity, and then they make that snap reaction, and then it pinches back into the middle, and they're just trying to follow the ball back and forth. And that's why you just see them get pulled out of position, because the play is developing so quickly.
I think there is a degree of hoping to make the 0 second play yourself.
Yeah.
They're set it. Let's grab boost. Let's go. Let's keep that ball in the air, and not realizing we're on defense right now. The clock's about to expire. We should prioritize keeping the ball out of our own net.
Well, they tried. They tried. Laxum got that big block.
He did get the block. Laxon has been the MVP for Process. And can he keep it up here? Laxon's efforts paving the way for Baked Potato. Not want to take anything away from him, as he put in both the goals for game number 3. And now Process 1 game away from staying alive today and sending Renegades home early on. Sicky missed the miss, but lucky for him, the shot is already wide. Now Kami dumps it to CJ, blocked by Laxon at the point of contact. CJM demolished in his own corner. And he'll spawn on the fortunate side. Block Kami.
Whoa, scary.
Demolish. Here's Sicky up against Laxon. Laxon just does, I'm not quite sure how he got so loose here, but Renegades will take it.
It's an awkward one, because that smoke screen comes through, and I think he really did jump early. Laxon absolutely beat himself there. He could see that guy coming for that shot all the way, and he was not fazed by the smoke screen at all. I think he just thought a bullet was coming top of the net, and he jumped the gun.
Got him with the changeup. Laxon now to the sky. Sicky will get a little bit of a touch onto it to slow things down, and actually gives the ball over to CJ. But an open net, CJM puts it in from midfield off the crossbar and down tie game.
And this is the scary one if you're CJM. You know, you see Baked Potato go up for the redirect, and you're like, no, leave it, it's in.
Already in.
But they get the job, and again, you'll notice Renegades caught out of position. There's a demo, no one even back to stop that shot.
And Laxon Putting pressure on now, looking for the shot himself. Sticky gets the block on the goal line, and Cammy will look for a clear. Excellent stop. That ball halfway in the net on what would have given Process the lead in a critical game. But Laxon is playing like another level at this point. Clearly wanting to finish things off in 4 games. Do not give Renegades a Game 5 opportunity.
Can't afford it. Too much rides in 5 minutes, and you would definitely like to see the end here. And Sicky, that's a beautiful pass to CJ, and wow, he really put the brakes on that shot. Maybe he overdid it on his approach and was just trying to adjust, but CJ probably wants that one back.
I don't know. I kind of like Renegades going for the constant change-up shots. Saying, let's assume that they're eager to win it here, and they're going to be playing as fast and trying to read 4 years into the future. How about I just stop time for a second and let them get out of the way? It worked once, it almost works twice. But team's tied up here as we cross halftime. Baked Potato over 1. Sicky chases down onto the backboard, and Laxon's got a clear. Laxon actually going to pursue this one himself. He and CJM kind of overlap each other. Nice. CJM never fell back.
Laxon also zoning CJ off of going for that ball in the midfield, so gives Team Process a little bit of space to work with here, but Renegade's still able to find a way out and force him onto the defensive to find a clear.
Laxon with the dismount, CJM. 2 players by on that. This is an open net for CJM. No way he blocks that falling back down. What a recovery to keep us
wow. That's money right there. How is that not in? They had them tied up in knots on that Team Process defense, and CJM pulls that one off the line.
Oh, it's CJM, I think, realized the moment the double commit happened, like how open they were, and turned his attention away from the backboard. Maybe turns ball cam off for a second, just looks for what is happening here. We got to keep an eye on this one, but CJ gonna get the back pass to Cammy.
Renegades had an open net there too.
Right to CJM, it's onto the backboard. CJ will change the trajectory, but a read from Baked Potato drops it back into the box. Cammy doesn't get much of it, but his one manages to win the challenge in midfield onto the backboard. It's up to Baked Potato. Sicky couldn't put it between the posts.
And Baked Potato was out of position too. He had nothing going here. Team Process, they're getting boxed into some bad spots, and they need to be careful.
They're getting out of position, but the accuracy hasn't quite been there from, the outfield pass to Baked Potato, upper 90, 36 seconds left, and they've got the lead.
They get boxed into some bad spots on defense, but Kami, that's a great challenge. He's not even doing anything wrong. It just goes straight to CJM, and CJ, and Sicky get completely blindsided as that ball makes the full cross on the pitch, and Baked Potato, again with a big shot into the top right. Renegades need something.
I don't know if there's many teams in any region of RLCS that are blocking that shot from that pass. That is a wonderful play. And with 24 seconds left, the Process, they've got everything they need. They just have to hold on and send Renegades home. They'll look for insurance. Laxon out of the corners, got goal number 3.
Hello, Laxon. Baked Potato just fighting for control, jams it in there. Kami misses, and Laxon gets a free look. And he did not disappoint. He ripped that one top center.
Laxon has been the pillar throughout the course of this series for Team Process, but here in Game 4, everyone on the teams contributed in the scoring department. 8 seconds left. CJ's got to score on this touch, and it's not going to happen. 3 seconds left. They might put it in on this, but no, there it is. Clock is expired. There is no chance for Renegades, and they will be knocked out on day number 1.
Oh. And that's, if you are Renegades, you are irritated. You can see it. I mean, look at them. They're like, I cannot believe we lost that. And you know what's stuck in their head right now? That 3-0 game where they gave up 4 straight. And after that, it was downhill all the way. Improvement. Process pressed on the weakness, and Renegades crumbled.
Man, it's You know game 2 is the one that's like, oh, that one got away, but then to lose on what is essentially kind of like a budget buzzer beater in game 3 as well, not the way you want to go out here, and then just straight up beaten from beginning to end in game number 4. The Renegades definitely going back to the drawing board right now. This was not how they wanted the major to go.
Yeah, and to be honest, Team Process completely deserved that. Made the adaptions mid-series, caught up on the pace, which was their biggest downfall early on, and well played to them, making big plays left and right.
Yeah, no, we've been talking a lot about Renegades because they were the story coming into today, but Process, well done as they knock them out, and we'll move forward in the bracket. But for now, to close things out, let's go back to Leaf in the game.